Barbados, get up.
Good morning Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning Barbados, good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Yeah, boy. Good morning to you indeed, and welcome to today, Thursday, the 10th of July, 2025. I am Pearson Bowen, and as always, it is good having you company. Thank you for waking up. Thank you for turning us on. Thank you for watching us on our streams. Thank you for everything you do every single day, for just being there and being a part of as well. So a big thank you to all. Welcome to today. Now, thank you too to those of you watching us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and or our website, cbc.bb. As always, we're grateful for your company. Share the show. Share the show. And remember, if you have something or if you know of someone whose story you need to tell us about it. Send us an email. Our email address is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And again, to all of you, a big thank you. So how was your yesterday? What are you looking forward to today? Are you heading out to Q in the community today, which is going to be at the Deacon's Hard Court? Good morning, Anthony Smith. How are you doing indeed? Thank you, Anthony. He's now watching us today on Facebook as opposed to YouTube. But to you, Anthony, thank you so much. He sends greetings and blessings from here to there and from there to here. We do the same to you, Anthony. All the best indeed. Vereen Walker, good morning to you, Vereen. Have yourself a terrific Thursday. Whatever you choose to do, be thankful for the little you have, because much more is in store just for you. Sweet Rons, good morning to you as well. She extends a thankful Thursday morning greeting to everyone, everywhere, reminding you to be safe this Q day. And we say the very same to you, Sweet Rons. Bako, how you doing, my brother? How you doing indeed? Thank you for logging on from the United States, and you have yourself a terrific day as well. May God continue to bless you too. Slender Glenda, my girl Glenda Yard. Good morning to you, Slender Glenda. All of you have yourselves a lovely day. She says good morning to all on the page as well on Facebook. So remember, like our pages, share our show, and we are grateful for your company indeed. So, you know how I do this. I always start with a riddle, don't I? I start with a riddle, and I shall do so today. Time for you to give me a call on 228-5562 or 228-5563. Those are the numbers to call me now to answer this question. What is always on its way but never arrives? What is always on its way but never arrives? This is easy. This is so easy. You should get it just like that. What is always on its way but never arrives? 228-5562 or 228-5563. And I want to remind you that when you call, turn down the volume on your television, listen to the radio. Not even if you hear someone else singing, just listen to the radio. Sorry, listen to the telephone, not to the TV. What am I talking about? I feel as though I'm somewhere else because my ears are being littered. Literally, my hearing is being littered by an offset voice, but nonetheless. So what is always on its way but never arrives? That's the question. Call me now. 228-5562. Listen to the phone. 228-5562 or 228-5563. What do you think it is? Seriously, what do you think it is? What is always on its way but never arrives? Now, coming up today, we get to know more about who are the Bajan Sandstormers. Yesterday, we teased you. We said to you, we don't know who they are. We don't know what they're about. But we'll find out this morning, and I think you will too. So stand by for that in just a little while. Now, Colombia is fast becoming an emerging global partner, making things happen. And so this morning, we'll be inviting you to stay tuned to meet the new resident ambassador to Barbados from Colombia. She'll talk to us about what it means to have those strategic partnerships between ourselves. So we'll talk to her about that in just a little while. It is also Pan Weekend in Barbados, so we get to hear more about what to expect and who will be here for the Pan Weekend. All of that and a whole lot more straight ahead. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Is this Christopher?
Yes, please.
Chris, my boy. Listen, I must apologize. I forgot the thing in the car.
Pardon?
Do you remember the thing you asked me to take home?
No.
You don't
This is
remember?
Wrong, Christopher.
So this is Christopher who?
For Christopher
Christopher who?
Wall.
Christopher Wall. You know, you sound so much like my Christopher.
Oh,
Oh, my gospel. All right, Christopher Wall of Christchurch. Chris, how old are you?
I'm 12.
12. And what school are you with?
Pardon?
What school are you with?
St. Michael.
At the St. Michael's School. And so today is the last day of school, correct?
Yes, please.
Are you looking forward to your summer holiday?
Yes, I am.
Do you have a plan for your summer holiday?
Not really.
Whatever comes, whatever, so be it, right?
Yeah,
But whatever it is, you plan to have some fun.
definitely.
Definitely Christopher Wall of the St. Michael's School. All right, Christopher Wall of the St. Michael's School, what is your answer?
Tomorrow.
What happened with, what about tomorrow?
That's the answer.
Well, that's the answer? Tomorrow?
Yeah,
You sure?
yes.
My question is, what is always on its way but never arrives? And you think it's tomorrow? What about a car?
No,
Or your cousin?
no.
You're stuck with tomorrow.
Yeah,
And you're not moving from that.
yes.
All right, Christopher, you're right.
Yay.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Christopher. Have a good day, okay?
Thanks. You too.
All right, you're welcome. Enjoy your holiday, Christopher. School ends today. Okay, that's one question. Here's the next question. Listen to this one. It is as obvious as it is. If the day before yesterday was the 23rd, then what will be the day after tomorrow? If the day before yesterday was the 23rd, then what will be the day after tomorrow? Gotcha good. Take your time and work this one out, and then you give me a call. 228-5562 or 228-5563. Little 12-year-old Christopher Wall can solve this, I'm sure. What about you? Can you do so? Call me now, 228-5562 or 228-5563. Take a little boy like Christopher to come and make all of you big heart bad people shame, indeed. But if a day after yesterday was the 23rd, then what will be the day after tomorrow? If the day before yesterday was the 23rd, what's the day after tomorrow? Call me. Also, the interns of the Division of Culture, they've been set about in doing a whole host of things in the season of emancipation. We'll get to meet them today to hear more about what they've been up to. But there's also an opportunity for other young people to win some money when they're involved in the pitch competition. They have the details. They'll tell us about it today. And the Northern Alliance, what is it? Who's a part of it? And what does that have to do with crop over? Those are questions we'll have answered this morning. But right now I'm waiting on your response to this question. If the day before yesterday was the 23rd, then what will be the day after tomorrow? Good morning. Hello.
23rd.
Let's start this again. Now, you'll know how I do this. We have a little conversation before we give an answer. So, hello, how are you?
I'm fine.
You're laughing. You're fine. May I ask who's calling and where you're watching from?
I'm watching from St. Michael.
And what's your first name? Speak up for me. Speak up. Keep your voice up. What's your first name? Say again.
I am Grace from St. Michael.
Grace from St. Michael. Grace, are you having a most graceful day today?
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. What are you looking forward to doing today?
Working.
Sorry?
Working.
Nothing.
I said working.
Oh, working today. All right. So are you getting ready for work as we speak?
As we speak, I'm about to. I'm going in a little later.
You're going a little later, but you're still getting yourself together. All right, Miss Grace. You don't sound as if you want to talk to me. So what's your answer?
My answer will be the 23rd.
Your answer is wrong, Grace.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So if the day before yesterday was the 23rd, then what will be the day after tomorrow? It cannot be the 23rd. So if the day before yesterday was the 23rd, then what will be the day after tomorrow? What do you think the answer is? 228-5562 or 228-5563. I'm waiting on you to tell me. Yep, I'm waiting on you to tell me. Don't forget, today being Thursday, we're heading out to Q in the community. Today we're heading to the Deacon's Hard Court. That's where people en masse will assemble today for a very special Q in the community today. Remember, live coverage on radio Q100.7 FM from noon. And once you're there, you'll just be having a good time. Promise you. Dominoes, dancing, music, food, drinks, friends, family, everything all in one spot. The Deacon's Hardcourt today for Q in the community. But I'm waiting on your answer. If the day before yesterday was the 23rd, then what will be the day after tomorrow? Y'all don't work, you can't work this out. If the day before yesterday was the 23rd, how many days away from today would that be? Got that? The day before yesterday was the 23rd. So you know what that means, that today is what date? Good. Then you know what will be the day after tomorrow. That's what you have to start with. I just gave you a whole reason why you should be able to work this one out. If the day before yesterday was the 23rd, let me see if this person will work on my mathematics. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Pearson.
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
How are you?
I'm
good,
well.
Thank you. And you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for asking. Who's calling and where are you watching from?
This is Joanne from St. Philip.
Yes, Joanne from St. Philip. Did I give it away?
I feel so, you know.
Are you good at mathematics?
Not very well, but I am not working with the math.
That's all right. Oh, you're not working with the math?
No.
If you had to sit the common interest exam right now, would you pass?
I believe so now, yes.
Fair
In the
enough.
stage of my life I am at, I believe so.
You believe so? All right. So what do you think the answer is?
Today.
Joanne,
Yes.
let's
please.
work this out together.
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
If the day before yesterday was the 23rd,
Yes.
then what will be the day after tomorrow?
Right. The 23rd was the day before.
Before yesterday.
Before yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And tomorrow is today.
And what's the day after the day? What's the day after tomorrow?
Today.
Joanne.
Yes, please.
Joanne.
Yes, please. Joanne.
Joanne, then.
Yes, please.
You're sticking with that.
Yes, I am.
Joanne, no.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Don't apologize to me. I'm glad you're not right, actually, because I could sustain this much longer. But Joanne, no. I'm not looking for a word. I'm looking actually for a number.
Oh, you're looking for it? Oh.
Yes. That's why I said use your mathematics.
All right. I'll think about it and call you back.
Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Likewise to you. I know, she failed common interest. Just 2285562 or end of term exam. 2285562 or 2285563. If the day after yesterday was the 23rd, what will be the day after tomorrow? Is a mathematical equation. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
What did you say? How am I?
I asked you, how are you? Yes.
I'm fine. I'm doing well.
Oh, that is good to hear. It sounds as if you're looking forward to a beautiful today.
Yes, a quiet one.
That's a good way to spend the day, quietly. And so,
Yeah.
do you think you have the answer for me?
Yeah.
All right, what's your first name and where are you watching from?
My name is Sandra from Christchurch.
Sandra of Christchurch. Talk to me. What's the answer?
The answer is the 27th.
Why did you say the 27th?
Because if the day before yesterday was the 23rd, which would mean today would be the 25th.
Because the day
the
before
day
yesterday are 2 days away.
Right.
So add 2 to 23 to make today the 25th.
Right.
Right,
And then
okay.
2 days, then the day after tomorrow would be 2 days later, which would be the 27th.
You are absolutely right, Sandra.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well done. Well done. Have a good day, Sandra.
All right, you too.
All
Bye-bye.
right, bye-bye, bye-bye. I told you it was a mathematical question. See how it works out now? Good, there we go. All right, folks, we'll take a break right here. We're coming back to get this show on the road in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So we're 18 minutes after 6 o'clock now. So who are the Bajan Sandstormers? This sounds like fun, doesn't it? It sounds as though you've gone to the beach and these people are just storming through with sand and just having a reckless time, but a good time indeed. That sounds like fun. And so this morning we'll get to know who they are and what they're about. I'm happy to be joined this morning by the coach in Kenneth Payne and the captain in Daniel Ramsey. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning. Morning.
So the first question to you, Mr. Coach, is who are the Bajan Sandstormers?
Well, the Bajan Sandstormers, I must say first, is a new name. It's the Barbados Beach Rugby team.
So we're talking beach rugby here?
Yes, beach rugby. So I came up with the name this year, Bajan Sandstormers, but before we were just Barbados Beach Rugby. We've been around for, the team together has been around for 3 years, 2 years, sorry, because we first went to Colombia in 2023. To the CSC games, beach games. But we kept the group together, and this year we found a competition in Tobago. And I asked the guys if they were willing to train for it, and they said, once you say we're going, coach. And I just say the rest is history.
The man told me the whole story one time. The whole story one been done. I wanted to pace this a little differently, but the whole story is out now. Fine. So a few years ago, you reformed yourselves as the Bajan Sandstormers.
Yes.
You play rugby at the beach.
Yes.
As opposed to on a turf.
Correct.
And so it sounds like a lot of fun. Is it different from how you played on the turf?
Very much so.
How so?
It's slower in terms of speed.
Yeah, because of sand.
The sand, when we started the program, I told them, you're fast on the turf, but on the sand, there's no real speed. Because the faster you are on the sand, you tend to dig deeper. So what it does, it uses the fundamentals of rugby, which is the tackling, the passing, and the catching. And if you're good at that, you'll be a good beach rugby team.
Do you need to be tough?
Very much so.
Look at your face when you said that. Very much so. So this is not a sport for weaklings, so to speak.
It's actually very, very physical.
That is fantastic. And so there it is. There it is. That's what you do. So you coach. How many people are in the team, by the way?
Normally it's 12 people, 5 on the sand court at any one time, with 7 subs.
So you have 5 on the court at one time. So a game is basically a 5-a-side game. And that's what you've been doing for a little while now.
Yes.
And have you been getting good responses to invitations for people to come and play beach rugby?
Unfortunately, we pull from the same.
Those who play the other rugby, they come and play with the beach.
Yes.
And then they're falling in love with it.
Yes, of course. And it takes less equipment. Because for beach rugby, you don't even need boots because you can't play in boots or you can't play in sand shoes.
Just feet.
Just feet. And a ball.
And a ball.
So it's easier to work with.
So where do you all play? I've never seen you guys play beach rugby. Where is it?
Browns Beach.
Oh, so you use the expanse of the beach.
Yes.
And I can imagine the spectacle that it is.
Yes. Actually, usually on mornings, because we train at 7, you'd get people on their morning walk and then they would stop to see who the crazy guys are digging around in the sand. So, yeah.
Yes. And so, Mr. Captain now, because as the captain, you have to be very tactical. You have to not just know the game, but you have to know your players and your opponents at the same time. Talk to me a little bit about in terms of devising a strategy every time you play.
Strategy-wise, it comes with the territory. When I was given the opportunity to be captain, when Coach came to me. He was like, well, you know, there's the situation. I just want to know if you went to captain's side. I was like, well, you know, I'm not a guy to be, you know, a captain, but I work hard behind the scenes basically. And that was probably one of the assets he raised to me in terms of making me captain at the time. It comes with, as I said, it comes with territory. So on the day, you just play what's in front of you, basically. So you know, if you have a strong team that tackles hard, then you have to determine, you know, how we adapt to that, how we play around that. So as you said, the basics of rugby: catching, passing, tackling. So you work those to that. You work to those advantages, and let's go from there, basically.
How many times do you guys get together to rehearse? I call it rehearse, but you know, practice.
So during the time coming up to Colombia, we did 3 times a week. This time on this tournament, we did more Saturday mornings, and then we still did our regular rugby during the week as well.
Right.
So that kind of, you know, helped us still with the fitness, endurance, that kind of stuff. And Saturday mornings were a bit, you know, tough, a little hard, a little rough, to say the least. He took us through our paces, especially with some resistance bands, a lot of tackling, a lot of tackling drills, you know, passing drills. You know, that's to keep our mind sharp. Because in sand rugby, there's not a lot of, you know, time to stop and catch your breath. There's always continuous, fast pace, that kind of stuff.
My goodness me. And so off to Colombia you went, Coach Payne. And what was it what was the opportunity to play in Colombia? What was that?
The BOA contacted us, and it was the first of the CSC Beach Rugby, that CSC Beach Rugby was being put on. And they asked if I would coach a team, if I would get a team together and go. It was short notice, but usually my guys, once I call on them,
they're ready to travel.
Yeah, but not necessarily, but they put the hands up because they say, they know with me it's a lot of hard work.
Yes,
it's a lot of tackling because I believe in the basics and the fundamentals of rugby. So it was new to us. We were learning the rules and that sort of thing. So I jumped at the opportunity to go to a new aspect of rugby, because as much as it's been around for a while, we used to play beach rugby tag for the BIG games, which is the BOA games, but we've never done a competition. So this was an opportunity for me to see how it is played and the pace of the game.
So how did you do?
We were second in Colombia.
Second. Congratulations, yes. Man. I mean, for first timer to have done so well. What was it like in Colombia itself, though?
Oh, that was a steep learning curve.
How so?
Because there's in beach rugby, there's usually a gate where you're supposed to make your subs, because you do rolling subs. So as soon as a player gets tired, he comes off and someone replaces him.
And the next one in the line goes in.
Yes, so we were functioning under the guidelines. But then the opponents, they were coming on from different places on the court, and I was confused. And then, obviously, Spanish being the first language, we needed an interpreter, and we had to adapt. So as the tournament went on, we adapt faster.
That's good, and that's what we like about what you do, indeed. And so, Mr. Captain Ramsey, you went on then to Trinidad, to Tobago specifically, and again there you've done well. Talk to me a little bit about the team's participation in Trinidad, and who were you competing against?
So Tobago was a trip to remember. Let me just put it that way. One of those memorable trips that you still will tell your children about it later on in life. But the teams in Tobago, they had a team from Tobago itself, then a couple teams from Trinidad too as well. So about 3 or 4 teams from Trinidad, and then Tobago entered a team themselves.
And then Little Barbados.
Then Little Barbados in the mix. So as I said, the process and the preparation to get there was one to remember. The traveling itself was a bit strenuous.
Interesting.
To say
Call it interesting.
Let me use the word interesting. Then. Let me use the word interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess to put it in a nice and way. The trip was one to remember.
Yes.
To tell a story to your children later on.
Of course.
Right?
But how did the team do?
The team did very well, adapted very well, especially under the conditions that we were under. That first day was basically left late each Thursday morning, landed in Trinidad Sorry, left late Thursday night actually. Because we left around 9 o'clock. Got to Trinidad. We had to sleep in the airport for a little bit, and then up early at 3 o'clock just to make sure we get the flight to Tobago. Because at that time, I think the ferry was fully booked, so we had to figure out another way over.
Okay.
So we got there. We got to Tobago early morning, bro. We said 7 o'clock. Yeah. So then
this is a Friday morning.
Yeah, this Friday morning because the tournament was actually So functioning off of
tired, man.
we were functioning off of. Some guys were functioning off of 2 hours of sleep. Some guys didn't sleep. So it was a bit, as I said, it was a storyteller that was interesting.
Yes.
Like your father had to sleep in the airport. Just remember that, son. So as I said, we adapted well, especially with the conditions that we were under. So the first day didn't turn out as planned in terms of playing wise or whatever the case is. We regrouped, and then the second day, we came out firing at all cylinders. Upon a good performance, especially in the finals. Coming down to sudden death. The boys really dig deep, and I can say, for me personally, being a captain in that moment, just to see a guys come around and huddle and bring that grit and fight and determination, especially through all the hardships and obstacles that we went through, just to get there and to actually perform. It gave me a sense of pride. To say, well, I captained this side today.
Listen, everybody's on the edge. Did we win? Come to the conclusion.
Yes.
Did we win?
Yes, we won.
He's a good storyteller.
Yeah, you had to give me a little bit up.
Yeah, so
Kept us all on the edge.
Yeah.
So Barbados won.
Yes.
And that means a lot to you guys as well, because
Of course.
you're establishing yourselves as beach rugby players as formidable as well. Placed in second in Colombia, first in Trinidad and Tobago, and now what's next?
I wanted to do Curacao, but they canceled their tournament in June. I've reached out to them to see when the new date is, and I want to do that, and there's another one in St. Lucia that I want to do later in the year as well, around October, because CSC Beach Games is next year, so I want to do that. So there's just preparation for that.
All of that.
Hard work for the guys again.
Browns Beach.
Yes.
What days?
Saturday mornings and then Wednesday evenings at 6.
I want Bajans to really come down and see these rugby players playing rugby on the beach and preparing for the next tournament indeed. And give full support to the Bajan Sandstormers. And they're storming their way through winning in beach rugby indeed, and so we want to give them our fullest support. To you gentlemen, we say thank you. Thank you for representing our island as beautifully as you do and winning in the ways that you win. You make us very, very tremendously proud. And now we know who you are and where you practice. We are going to be following you all the time and keep us informed.
And before we go, I'd like to really thank the Minister of Sport. He was the one who made this possible. And he came through at the last minute for us, especially his secretary, Ms. Sargent. You would think that she was the person going because she was after me to get everything in and say, we're doing this. So no, thank you, Mr. Minister, and we brought back gold for you.
Amen, indeed. Kenneth Payne, the coach, and Daniel Ramsey, the captain of the Bajan Sandstormers. Now you know them, we give them our full support. Gentlemen, I wish you well. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Morning Barbados comes right back after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
The Ministry of Youth Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV 8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics. And
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 27 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock, and in true Barbadian style, we make welcome to Barbados Her Excellency Elizabeth Taylor Jay, who will be the resident ambassador of Colombia to Barbados. And so she's sitting across from me. We get to know her a little bit more and about her foreign policy, Colombia's foreign policy, the policy that she's going on behalf of her president. And so to you, Ambassador, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bauer, and thank you so much for the invitation.
You're very welcome indeed, and welcome to Barbados.
Thank you.
I know this is significant for Colombia, I mean, the country of beauty.
Yes.
And I learned that just recently on why, and we'll talk a little bit about that in just a moment. But in 2002, I think it was, the embassy would have closed, ceased operations here. And now 23 years later, we're back in a partnership. What does that mean to you?
I think this is a reborn of our relation, of our cordial relation, also that we have like 50 years since we established diplomatic relation with Barbados. And this is not only a diplomatic, I would say, movement. It's also to make sure that we can reestablish the bonds among our countries, because Colombia is Caribbean and I come from a Caribbean island. I come from the archipelago of San Andres and Providence. So we have this shared heritage, and with that, President Petro, he is going through a lot of transformational changes in our country, and this is one of his main policies, the integration again with the Caribbean region.
I'm glad you phrased it the way that you're Caribbean too.
Yes.
Because oftentimes you think of Colombia, you think of Central America. But there's a part of you that's part of the Caribbean coastline. And so you're graced by the Caribbean Sea as well. And that means that you're part of us. Yes. Talk to me a little bit about the importance of Barbados in this relationship with Colombia.
Okay, so we think that Barbados, as Colombia, we are in the multilateral agenda. We are fostering a lot of the, I think the needs that humanity have at this moment, especially in climate action. So Prime Minister Motley and President Petro, they have raised their voices in the different UN events and other events also, to make sure that we can have financial mechanism to fund climate action, and we can also have enough money to invest in social welfare.
I mean, Colombia is recognized for the Amazon forest, for those forests, the forestry, and the fact that you are big on ecotourism and ecology as well, and biodiversity. And so for us in Barbados, there's a lot we can learn. There's a lot more that we can collaborate on. But I want to go to the slogan, the country of beauty. I just love it. I just love it, and how leveraging that has been able to bring significant benefit to Colombia. Can you give me a little bit more behind that slogan, country of beauty?
Oh yes, definitely. So when we speak about Colombia, the country of beauty, we are not solely referring about our beautiful landscapes, our immense biodiversity because we are the second mega diverse country in the entire planet, but also we are speaking about the diversity of our peoples. We have more than 69 indigenous peoples and languages. I come from the Raizal people from the archipelago of San Andres and Providence, and so the Amazon also and other areas have indigenous people and Afro-descendant. We have more than 10% of our population is Afro-descendant.
Wow, this is, which makes it interesting to study, interesting to take a look at again. And that's why for us in Barbados, knowing that you're here now, it gives us the opportunity to delve more into knowing more about Colombia, to visit Bogota, just to see the vastness of what you do there in Bogota as well, because you're big on finance and you're big also on ecotourism.
Yes.
And so while that might look to a lot of people as to be two ends of the spectrum, it blends beautifully. And the reason why I'm fascinated by the country of beauty is because recently in France, you won some awards for the efforts that you're doing to be able to connect with people through language and places and spaces, and how it benefits tourism and commerce. I think that's brilliant for Colombia. How do you see that translating in your relationship with Barbados to benefit not just yourselves, but the Caribbean as well?
Okay, so Barbados is, for everyone known, that a top destination for tourism in the Caribbean, and very high quality or class tourism. President Petro have said we have to change fossil fuels for tourism. We have to transition into a new economy where we do energy transition, but at the same time we promote more our country for ecotourism, and we use that natural beauty and also, of course, the beauty of our cultures to promote more tourism to our country. So it's not only ecotourism, but it's ethnotourism also that we want to promote. And on the other side, the health tourism and of course, health services that we are engaged in Barbados, and that's the reason why we are here also with ProColombia. We are in a week of engagement with the public and private sector to I would say strengthen the relation with the different distributors and business people to make sure that in the construction area or garments and textiles we can advance, and in the health sector also.
ProColombia is the agency that's driving this effort.
Yes.
Talk to me about how they are integrating with the people here. What are there meetings set up? Are there different fora that people can attend so that business people really have that business-to-business engagement?
Yes, definitely. So we have a through-all agenda during the entire week, and we have met already with high government officials, but at the same time also with the construction sector, with the distributors, and also the people that buy products from Colombia, and we are trying to strengthen that engagement, and the idea is to also advance in a stronger partnership among our countries, embracing the critical moment that we are living now in terms of trade and commerce, to make sure that we can have a stronger South-South cooperation, and we can advance in greater trades, but we can complement ourselves also with the various capacities that both countries has.
President Petro has turned focus to the Caribbean, CARICOM, and also Africa. Yes. And that's part of your purpose. Interestingly enough, you served before in those regions as well. So you are well placed to really advance that particular agenda. Yes. Talk to me a little bit about your work in Africa, your work in these kinds of areas of which Colombia now has an interest.
Okay, definitely. So firstly, I served as ambassador in Kenya for 3.5 years between 2016 and 2020. And I think the first time I reached Kenya, people look at me and says, does Colombia have people like you? So I think that was an eye-opening also to show the diversity of the cultures and the people in Colombia, but at the same time, we really try to match in commonalities. For instance, Kenya, it's very strong in flowers and coffee. So at the same time, Colombia too. So I try to change around the system that we are not competing, but we are complementing on the international market. So that was something very important. So we had very different missions of people from Kenya going to our coffee region to learn about processing, but at the same time in Kenya and in other places, because I cover 10 countries more, including Uganda, and they use a lot of our machineries there. So it was very inspiring, but at the same time, I was the permanent representative to UN Habitat and UNEP, because my background is in environmental and natural sciences. And at the African Union also I was the permanent representative. So I cover Uganda, Rwanda, the two Congos, Central African Republic, Tanzania, Burundi, so, and Somalia also.
There you go. So now you see her vast experience, and she's resident ambassador of Colombia to Barbados. We'll take a break here, ma'am, and when we are back, I want to hear a little bit more about the diversity of Colombia and perhaps dispel some of the myths we have around Colombia, as well as we learn more in this relationship, one with the other. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 15 minutes now to 7 o'clock. We're sitting with Her Excellency Elizabeth Taylor Jay. I know it sounds like a familiar name to a lot of you from movies and all the rest of it, but she is the resident ambassador to Barbados of Colombia, and so we are welcoming her. She's only been here a few months so far, but she has been well placed to be able to bridge between Colombia, Barbados, and Africa so much that will bring benefit to the region as well as benefit to Colombia. And so, Ambassador, when we took the break, we were talking a little bit about, I want to hear more about diversity. Yes. You talked about the diversity of people, the diversity of language, and the like. And so, that diversity brings a lot of interest. Yes. So, talk to me about how Pro-Colombia has been leveraging that diversity to your benefit.
Oh, yes, definitely. So, Pro-Colombia, of course, what it's looking at is use the different assets and brands that we have in our country, especially in textiles and garments, that a lot of this is associated also with our, I would say, with our multicultural way of being, and that's the reason why I'm dressing how I'm dressing today, with a lot of colors and the colors of our country. But at the same time, that branding have to do with you were speaking about France and about, so we just won some awards in Cannes because of precisely this branding that we are doing on Colombia, the country of beauty. And of course, we want to change paradigms. We want to change the visions that people have on Colombia. We want to show them that we are a welcoming country, that our beauty goes from the high mountains to the deep oceans, and that we have all the type of climates, and that we have peoples in every different regions, and people are amicable, and people are welcoming, and we have amazing food that also we share the culture in the Caribbean with some of our dishes too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And it's not just coffee. So there's much more.
Exactly. It's more than the coffee. Flowers, for instance. We are the first in birds internationally. So now in ecotourism, we have a driving movement of people that are going for bird watching into our country, and hiking. I met several Barbadians that have been in Colombia already doing hiking. So I think that's part of what I'm looking for also. And in the meeting that I had with Minister Simmons, Kerry Simmons, we speak about let's visit ourselves more frequently, so we can have a tourism movement among our two countries, and we can, because I have just positive testimonies of the people that I have met from your country that have visited our country.
I mean, thank you. But you almost read my mind, because as I was listening to you describe what Colombia is, what Colombia offers, I kept thinking, how do I get there? How easy is it to get there? And what would you say, and what can you do to make it easier for more Barbadians to get to enjoy what you know as Colombia?
Okay, so one of my main, I would say, goals while I'm here is to work very hard to see how we can improve connectivity in between our two countries. For now, we have a direct, I say almost direct connection through Panama. We have 4 flights a week, and from Bogota to Panama, there are 3 flights before the flight that leaves to Barbados every 4 days. So there is a huge opportunity for people to come to Barbados. But we were discussing also with Ms. Rosa Garzon, who is the person that is here from ProColombia. She's the representative in this entire region, in the CARICOM region, about how we can engage also people, especially from the schools and universities, because we know that a lot of people are going to Europe to learn English. Why not Barbados, which is such a close destination? So we are engaging also in a lot of educational activities, and we are going to provide a Spanish course to public servants in the next coming months. So we hope to have a cohort, more than 45 people attending this course.
That's brilliant. And so we're excited about this already. And it reminds me, because in school, you would have had those school groups heading off to Spanish or French-speaking destinations just to immerse themselves in the language and the culture. And you're saying Colombia says, hey, we're here too. We can help you where that's concerned. And so we're excited about what that lends to. But pro-Colombia, now that you've mentioned, you've really called her name, and I wanted to head back to that as well. You're reading my mind so beautifully. And that's what pro-Colombia is. Pro-Colombia a moving mission, or is pro-Colombia a part of the mission while you're here? If you understand what I'm saying.
Okay, so ProColombia, it's have a base in Trinidad and Tobago. That's the representation for the entire Caribbean region and the CARICOM community. So they, of course, they provide services to all the different islands. But because we didn't have an embassy here for all this time, the visit of ProColombia here was very seldom. Like, I understood that the last one was 7 years ago. So our idea is to have a more active agenda with ProColombia here, and so we can fast forward this very important engagement in businesses, and we can build on top of that foundation and move toward, because today we can see we are just able to, or you just able to import like processed food, and we have amazing amount. When you speak about Colombia, the country of beauty, well, the beauty of the fruits.
Wow.
I mean, they are amazing colors of fruits and taste. But we can't get these fresh fruits or fresh vegetables in Barbados yet because of some of the policies of admissibility. So our idea is to start to work also toward a path, a way to see if in the future it's possible also to have these products to be admissible here, and so you can enjoy on a permanent basis some of the fruits of our land that are planted also with our rural communities. That's amazing people in our country.
And vice versa, of course, we want to trade with you as well in
Yes.
Colombia.
Oh yes, so that I was going to say.
Right.
We need your business people to go to Colombia and also to make sure that they can find business opportunities in our country. So it's a two-way collaboration and cooperation that we are seeking for.
What I'm hoping that would happen is, because I want to have a shift in thinking. When we think of vacations and travels for shopping, we think north. We have to start thinking south. And I know that's a part of the mission of our government as well, to be able to hey, open up other spaces where people can come and try different ways of accessing the things that help them feel good about themselves as well. That obviously, we talked about the air travel, we talked now about the trading links that would possibly happen, but we're threatened as a globe by all sorts of other geopolitical circumstances that sometimes cause us to pause.
Yeah.
What do you see Colombia can do to help to resolve some of this?
Okay, so I know that our two aeronautical agencies, they have an MOU already. We had a direct flight from one of our national airlines at one point, but that's not in effect at this moment. So we are working with our aeronautical institution to see if we can engage the airlines in Colombia towards a discussion of having direct flights to Barbados. So that's one of the I would say one of the main aspects. But at the same time, what we want to do is to try to embrace these discussions of this week to promote. I would say encounters, and we have spoken, for instance, with the health sector. Yes. Oncology, for instance, is something very important, and we want to add on, especially on the very hard complexity maybe challenges that exist locally and the region, so we can support in some of these oncology, orthopedics, and cardiology, which is three of the main focus, but of course a whole broad agenda in health.
And that's so important, the collaborations, how we can all benefit one from the other. Our coastlines are faced by climate change.
Yes.
Your Caribbean coastline is also impacted by climate change. And particularly given your biodiversity, it is also challenged by some of the emissions as well. And there's a lot that we can learn. What do you think it is that Colombia can do to help our region, and Barbados in particular, manage coastal erosion as a consequence of climate change?
Oh yes, that's a very important question. And I can say that, of course, coastal erosion, it's not a consequence of our direct actions in our countries. But I think Barbados have developed an immense capacity during the years. Barbados was the first country in this entire Caribbean to have a coastal zone management plan, which I know that in our islands we inspired on that coastal zone management plan, and Colombia developed its first coastal zone management plan in 2001. So what I can say about that is that we need to maybe change of course, we have to work on climate action.
Yes.
And we have to continue to raise our voice at the multilateral forums to make sure that countries that have huge emissions, that they take responsibility also, and that they can support the funding for climate action. But at the same time, we need the financial system to be transformed so we can have ease of debt, that we can use those funds for restoring biodiversity, protecting the coastal ecosystems like the mangroves, the coral reefs, because those are in very high danger with the climate change. You know that coral reefs are like for oceanic islands, like ours, like the one where I come from, or in our country where we have barriers, coral barriers also to the continental part. It's very important that we can keep the health of the corals. But if the temperature continue to increase in the sea, we will have a disaster for coral reefs. They will die. They will die eventually because they can't survive for temperatures for a long time above 25 degrees. So that's something very important. But in coastal erosion, you have done amazing engineering work also, and we need to combine hard and soft solutions, which you have done very well, but building with nature. We have to start to understand that the force of nature are stronger than we as humans. And the reason why I say that is because instead of fighting against nature, we have to learn about its dynamics and work toward that for the solutions to prevent, I would say, disasters. A lot of disasters, because some of the disasters that are happening today is because we did the things wrong. We ignore nature. We ignore nature. We encroach the rivers, and we destroy the mangroves that were I would say it's like the bumper of the cars that protect the islands, and the coral reefs. I mean, they are impacted by so many, I would say, disease, but also the peril of climate change. So work together, scale up solutions, because we regularly say, oh, I'm going to do a pilot project for the coral restoration. Planting 2 or 3 corals head, it's not going to help with the solution. We need to scale up those solutions and say, okay, we're planting 1 million, 3 million, 4 million coral heads, so that can help us in the future, or restoring not only 1 hectare or of mangrove, but we are restoring the ecosystem as a whole, because that ecosystem is the base also for our food security, for the
so much
for the food that we get from the sea. But it's not only the protection, but it's also for our welfare, for our human sustainable development.
Boy, do we see your passion. Indeed, that's beautiful to watch. Just quickly, you're at the right place at the right time. We're in the season of emancipation, but you're also engaged in our sweetest summer festival. Have you heard about it?
Oh yes, I was at Crop Over.
The launch.
The launch.
Okay, good.
A few days ago, and I'm very excited that being here, being my first year here, that you are hosting Carifesta also.
As well.
So Colombia is going to be part of Carifesta for sure, and we are planning to see how we can have a very good representation in Carifesta.
So we will see you a lot. We'll be seeing you quite a bit. Her Excellency Elizabeth Taylor J., the resident ambassador of Colombia to Barbados, and we're happy to have welcomed her today and to get a perspective of not just her thinking, but her country's thinking, and how together we can strengthen a partnership that is redounding to the benefit of both areas, but for the wider Caribbean and Africa as well. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation, ma'am, and for coming to be a part of us.
Thank you, Mr.
You're
Boyd.
very welcome indeed.
Thank you.
Morning Barbados takes a break here. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's look at the news now. Enterprising Barbadians will have an opportunity to make money during Carifesta 15. That's the word from Festival Director Carol Roberts. She says homegrown macro and micro businesses will earn extra income through providing various products and services during the festival, which will attract thousands of visitors to our island. While not giving a price tag on what it will cost Barbados to host Carifesta for a third time, Ms. Roberts says it's important to note that Barbadians stand to reap significant economic benefits. She made that abundantly clear at a Carifesta 15 media stakeholders meeting.
So we've sent out a call for transport providers. And so, the big transport companies will apply, but so too will a fella that has a coach in Brereton and St. Philip who can transport 36 people. And for 10 days, he is going to have guaranteed work. Seamstresses have to make them 500 costumes for those 500 stilt walkers. And so they will have work. So yes, I could tell you the festival costs $1 million. It does not. But I'm also committing to you to giving you the story a bit later in the festival, when I can tell you how much it costs, but also show you the areas on the return on investment.
Ms. Roberts is also appealing to media partners to capture and tell all Carifesta 15 related stories that will help to market all aspects of the festival. And she's promising media partners and influencers all access to important information needed to get stories out to the masses.
Access granted. Whatever you want and whatever bit of information you want, yes, that is what we are here to do. So I invite you to partner with us in every way possible, every way meaningful, and every way beneficial, not only to Barbados, but to the region and to the people of the region, because we deserve it. Because this is a moment where, out of the last several years of climate change, economic anxiety, political anxiety and disruption, as Bob said, wars and rumors of wars, in this little part of the globe, there is something happening and something that will explode from August 22nd to 31st.
And the Barbados Community College will be one of the focal points for Carifesta. The tertiary institution will highlight the skills and talents of CARICOM youth during the highly anticipated Caribbean Cultural Fest. The role CBCC will play in Barbados hosting of Carifesta was announced during the unveiling of a mural at the College Fine Arts Department. Anesta Henry has that report.
The Barbados Community College will serve as the vibrant youth village during Carifesta 15. Chair of the Board of Management of the Barbados Community College, Dr. the Honorable Alison Leacock, says that the college will be a hub where the energies, skills, and the talents of the youth will be shared with the rest of the region and the world from August 22nd to 31st.
Our communication students, very talented, will be at the forefront, capturing and sharing the energy and the creativity of Carifesta. And they will be bringing alive with their eyes and their ears and their voices, amplifying our Caribbean voices, sharing in the stories from across the region.
Coimon Barbados partnered with the Barbados Community College as the site for its 2024 Paint Campaign mural. The artwork was created by visual artist Shane Eastman, also a Barbados Community College graduate. Dr. Leacock is extended gratitude to Coimon for its vision in an area that most people consider to be incidental.
For us here at the college, the arts and creativity are at our core. So this collaboration between the BCC, Shane, and Coimon Barbados is a testament to the extraordinary potential of that combination when education, artistry, and community converge.
Marketing officer at Coimon Barbados, Charlene Mullin, says the mural is the result of many talented hands and creative minds coming together.
Shane Eastman and his team have poured their vision, passion, and countless hours into bringing this masterpiece to life. Art has the power to transform spaces, to spark conversations, to remind us of who we are. I hope that every time we walk past this mural, we feel inspired, connected, and proud of what we have built together.
Mr. Eastman says the mural represents evolution.
I came to this school as someone who was passionate about creativity, but whose eyes were opened by many teachers and students that I have shared this space with, and have caused me to, look to the horizon and see as far as I can see and know that there's more beyond that. Another symbol in the mural is that all the imagery looks to the horizon, and it's an evolution and a metamorphosis of change and development that we all do here at the school. So thank you for the amazing opportunity to express myself on these walls, where I spend so many hours exploring and sharing my time with amazing creatives.
This is the third mural at BCC. Onesta Henry, CBC News.
Breaking barriers is not about proving to others that you're wrong. It is proving to yourself what you're capable of becoming. That was the message disseminated to graduates of the Parkinson Memorial School at their recent graduation ceremony. Under the theme Breaking Barriers, The Journey Beyond, graduates have been challenged to be the barrier breakers in their respective families and communities as they now embark on their new journey. Rachel Agar tells us more.
Graduates of Parkinson Memorial Secondary School have been reminded that they can achieve all they put their minds to. That was the message delivered by featured speaker and Chief Executive Officer of Tony Ann Lifestyle Services, Akhenaton Burrows.
Everybody cannot be a doctor, everybody can't be a bank manager, everybody can't be all of these things, but what you can be is your best self. I took everything that they told me I cannot do and turned it into a viable business. So if you could do hair good, be the best hairdresser. If you are great with your hands, be the best mason, carpenter. Whatever you can do, be the best at it.
Deputy Chairman of the Board of Management, Louis Griffith, told the graduates the road that lies ahead will not be easy. He urges them to remain consistent on achieving the goals they set for themselves.
There will be challenges and the obstacles, and I'm sure you will learn as you navigate them. Don't be distracted by negative influences. Set goals for yourself. Volunteer in your communities whenever possible. And always remember to place God in the forefront of everything you decide to do. Philippians 4:13 tells us, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Principal Captain Adrian Ward tells the graduates this moment is a reminder that every barrier broken makes them stronger for the next challenge. He stresses the journey ahead calls for those who will be innovative, willing to serve, and those willing to lead with compassion.
As we step into the journey beyond the walls of the Parkinson Memorial School, I ask that you embrace life as a daring adventure. Dare to dream, dare to try, and dare to fail. For it is in trying and failing that you will grow. Class of 2025, our world is calling for people who will accept that barriers of inequality, fear, and doubt has to be broken.
Head girl Kimara Gibson, delivering the valedictorian speech, told her fellow schoolmates they are exactly where they need to be.
Time and time again, we have turned setbacks into strength and pressure into power. We have learned to sail even when the winds weren't in our favor. So if ever you doubt your strength, remember this journey. We have already broken barriers and we are just getting started.
She reminds them they are a movement alone, but a force to be reckoned with together, and to continue breaking barriers on their continued journey to success. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Sports now. West Terrace Tigers have completed an impressive treble after capturing the Baiko Primary School football title yesterday with a win over defending champions Arthur Smith Primary. The Tigers, who had already secured the boys' BSAT championships, the Herman Griffith Cricket Crown, then added the football title in the thrilling final at Orange Hill. Anmar Goodrich-Boyce reports.
The third place playoff was the appetizer, a match featuring George Lamin in the red and St. Cyprians. Handshakes to kick off proceedings, and then it was on to the action. But it only took one goal to settle the matter, where Kelme Aline Braffett finds a hole in the wall and curls this free kick into the corner. That's right, silences the crowd, and it proved to be the winner. George Lamin 1, St. Cyprian's boys 0. That set the stage for the main course, the grand final, which had the billing of a blockbuster, with defending champions Arthur Smith in yellow up against the only remaining undefeated team, West Terrace Tigers, vying for the title. From the first whistle, the defending champs were under immense pressure. Neymar forward with a left-footed strike off the crossbar, and it ricochets away. It was all West Terrace in the first half, Arthur Smith failing to threaten the goal, and forward again being a menace to his markers, beating the challenge, and this time it floats over the bar. It was all squared at half-time, so let's go to the second half. And this was the first clear-cut chance for Arthur Smith. Tazario Holdemore can't believe that has stayed out. That brought about a shift in the game. Arthur Smith with momentum and Holdemore with an opportunity, but the free kick is saved brilliantly by Amir Watts. 5 minutes on the clock. This corner doesn't beat the first defender, and it breaks to the speedy Alex Jones-Eiffel. 24 hours after returning to Barbados from Nicaragua, representing the country at the NACA Championships, he shows no signs of jet lag and delivers a moment of magic. That is absolutely sensational. West Terrace 1, Arthur Smith 0, a fairy tale in the making. This was the final kick of the game, the full-time whistle, like music to the ears of West Terrace, who were champions after a thrilling final, with the celebrations continuing both on and off the field. Anmar Goodrich-Boyce, CBC Sports.
Well done, boys. That's a look at news right now. We'll have more news coming up at noon right here on CBC TV8. We'll take a break here. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Gold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
This segment of Exceptional Youth is brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund. Financing education the easy way.
And the beauty of all of that is that there are still students. These 4 young ladies are actually interns in the Division of Culture, brought in just in time for the season of emancipation. But boy, have they been doing a lot while they've been interning with the Division of Culture. We're happy to introduce you to these exceptional young ladies. Sitting across next to me is Jemiah Mears. You are now, Jemiah, still at the community college, your last semester. Yes, almost there, right? And you're doing arts and entertainment management. Yes, please. Wonderful, good to meet you.
Nice
Trinity
to meet you.
Waith is at the University of the West Indies doing linguistics, but you would have done mass comm at the BCC. And you're excited about what you're doing at the moment?
It fits right in, actually.
Really, we'll talk more on that in just a moment. Maya Farmer, good morning to you as well. You would have done your arts and entertainment management at the BCC,
Yes,
and now you're at the UWI doing tourism and events management. That ties right into?
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk more about that in just a moment as well. And Ariana Edgels, the other intern who completed her, or are completing?
Yes, please.
You're completing your arts and entertainment management at the BCC. To each of you, good morning, welcome.
Good morning.
This internship, what does it mean to you, Jemiah, to be a part of the team in the Division of Culture at the moment as an intern?
Honestly, I am really excited and thrilled to be a part of this internship. I've been learning a lot. It ties right into my program, what I've been studying at BCC, from event management to event, even the logistics, even content creation falls right into what I've been doing and studying as well. So it's been really fun.
We'll talk about what you did there. And so what about you, Trinity? What does it mean to be interning with the Division of Culture based upon what you're doing now?
Actually, this is my second year here.
Is it?
Yes, my second internship year. Last year, I did it as part of my mass comm program. So it slid right in all the PR, all the media content and content creation. That fits right in. And when I got the call back, I was so excited because I love what they do at the season of emancipation. And I was really excited to come back on.
What about it you do love so much?
It's a bit hectic, but I like the busyness of it. I like that we're spreading a positive message to everyone. I like the messaging behind it most of all.
So linguistics naturally is what you're into. Finding creative ways of saying the same thing, but inspiring while you're doing so.
Yes, please.
Fair enough. And Maya, being a part of it as an intern, how has it been for you?
It was great. Honestly, from the start, I was a little bit nervous, but meeting everybody, because I met Trinity first, and then I met Jemiah and then Ariana, we just meshed. And I love to have a team that I could work with. So getting to know everybody, getting to learn more that I've never known before was one of the key things for me.
Great. And Ariana?
So is it for me?
You don't have to say anything as she gets you.
Yes, it's been really good for me. I'm getting to apply everything that I've been learning at the BCC. So I've been really excited to join the girls and put on the events as best as we can.
Right. I saw that in June you did something called Legacy Looks. Whose idea was that? Which of you? All of you? So why that, and how was it pulling all of that together? Who's going to speak first?
I can speak.
Okay.
So
Maya.
for me, Legacy Lux was kind of a nostalgic thing because I went to Cuffman Primary School. So we had this thing called Book Day. I don't know if they still do it, but it's where you would dress as your favorite character in a book. So for me, I wanted to find a way how we can do that, but for Barbados culture. So we have our Africa Day, dress day and stuff like that, but pertaining to landship, pertaining to Mother Sally, pertaining to Shaggy Bears, plantation workers, how can we interpret that and make that a national project? So that was the whole idea for it.
You think you've started something here?
I feel so. And I'm hoping that it continues, because I really want to see this be a national thing that the public has and can do. Generations under us need to know these things. And it's a creative way to get them involved. So.
Yeah, you're right. The Look was one that happened in June. Yes. And so having been bitten by that, do you think you'll stay in this kind of thing?
Yes, I feel like I want to. And I also, pertaining to like my masters and stuff like that, I want to find a way, as you say earlier, doing the same thing but making it different.
Yeah.
And that is what we have to do for our culture and our identity and our heritage in Barbados. How can we keep it alive by doing the same thing but making it more creative every single time?
I'm told you were in the landship.
Yes.
Seriously? I mean, we're seeing you on the screen, not you, but the folks at home are seeing you on the screen doing your landship moves.
Yeah.
And so, what does it mean to you as a traditionalist now to be a part of our tradition in the landship?
Honestly, as I grew older, because I started from the age of 3, so as I grew older, the meaning became something more. We learn the original terms, and it's just something that is identity. How you embody it, how you interpret it. You can interpret a landship different ways. You can mix African dances with it, calypso dances with it, carnival dances with it, and make it a new thing. It's
interesting. So it changed my whole perspective now of the landship. It's more than just flattening the main bay pole.
Yeah.
Or for people who just didn't have anything else to do. You actually can be quite
creative with it, as you said. Same thing.
I love how you're finishing my sentences. I just love it. I love it indeed. So then you moved on to the Marcus Garvey internship pitch. I want who can talk to me a little bit about that, because that's coming up.
Okay. That is due the 17th of August. So the entrepreneurship pitch is to invite everybody within the creative sector who has a business idea, something innovative, something creative, to come out and pitch their ideas to a panel of judges. And that way there's opportunity to win the cash prize of $30,000, as well as some other prizes and awards.
And whose idea was this?
Actually, this came on before we were even interning.
Okay.
We were in our 3rd year now for the Marcus Garvey entrepreneurship pitch.
So this is their 3rd year, and so before you guys. But you're looking for aspiring entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And so now, because you're the Miss Marketer, the linguistic person, how are you getting the message out so that you get entries in?
So we are pulling from social media mainly. We have posted a campaign on social media. We're working on promotional content. You can see some already out there if you check our Instagram page at Culture Barbados. And then we're also doing a lot more promotional content as being here, going on the radio and stuff like that. So we're trying to get as much and a wider demographic of people to apply as possible.
Jemiah, what is it that you focus on?
Honestly, I focus on some
You're just
of
working
everything.
along.
I focus on some of everything, the same promotional aspect as well. We do that as a team together. One of the promotional videos we did recently, you would see we reenacted persons coming out to register for the pitch, because we think it's really important, and it would be a good opportunity for everyone in the culture and creative sector to take out this opportunity and get their business out there.
Did you see yourself at any point working in the division of culture or around cultural activities and so forth?
Honestly, yes, because I from the time I grew up, I was singing and stuff as well. So I was kind of immersed into the culture and creative sector. So I think it kind of came natural to me. So I was kind of expecting it.
What about you, Ariana? Was it natural for you as well?
The work was natural, but I honestly didn't see myself working in culture. I thought that I would just probably work for myself, but honestly, working in culture has been really eye-opening to all the stuff that we educate the people of Barbados about, because it's really important to pass down our traditions. And I think that we're doing a good job at doing that for the season of emancipation.
And to have the young y'all, so young, so energetic indeed and creative, my goodness. It's good to have that impetus for its development and its future as well. But one of the things I want to talk about on the 17th is the Marcus Garvey Day, that contains a whole host of activities: the treasure hunt, the food and fashion pitch finals, the live music. Who's going to talk to me about that event?
So
yes, ma'am.
We're going to start the day with, as you said, a treasure hunt. So this treasure hunt is more so on the cultural side in terms of creative aspect. So you have the hunt process, but you also have to internalize and interpret what Marcus Garvey means to you with creative tasks. I'm not going to mention, but we've seen it, and it's fun. So I hope that people come out, enjoy it, internalize it in your own way. You don't have to be so strict down to one thing. Make it creative, make it bold, and make it yours. We also have a fashion show for you with traditional African wear from multiple designers, Barbadian designers. We have the mixologist Shane McLean. We have award-winning Chef Gregory, or Chef Greg, that people know him by, coming to serve you cuisine. We also have performances by Right Side of Red. We have the pitch competition, and that is where you will see your 5 finalists pitch their ideas, and we will be awarding the winner. Also, the public, this year we're doing live public voting, so you guys in the public have a say to who gets People's Choice Award and who is your exceptional winner.
So again, go to your socials, Culture Barbados.
Yes.
Culture Barbados on socials, and get to see how to do everything you need to do.
Yes.
And so, ladies, I commend each of you,
Thank
all
you.
of you,
Thank
as a
you.
matter of fact, because you're so outstanding. And it's been wonderful to sit with you, to hear your stories, and to get a sense of your passion for what you do and your interest in its longevity as well. As Jemiah Mears, Trinity Waite, Maya Farmer, and Ariana Edgel, well done, thou good and faithful servants.
Thank
Enter
you.
into my kingdom of youth. Indeed, thank you so much indeed for joining us on Morning Barbados.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. Some of our exceptional young people, indeed, thrilled to have them. We're back in just a moment.
That segment of Exceptional Youth was brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund, financing education the easy way.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing story.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
You're parading in your fancy car and acting like a superstar, but your action doesn't bother me. So fighting for identity. In your head, you thinking you're more than me. With a little popularity, you acting so
That's Orlando Hines with a song called Check Yourself. Indeed, he's a part of the Northern Alliance, and as we asked you at the beginning of the show, do you know who are the Northern Alliance, who comprises it, and why they're connected with Cropover? Now you're getting a sense of what we're talking about. He joins me now from New York. Good morning to you, Orlando.
Good morning, Payson. Good morning to Barbados, especially to my grandson Katie and Harry. Good morning, Barbados again.
I know normally you're home for the Sweetest Summer Festival. Are you coming home this year again?
Yes, I am. I'm always there.
Oh, and when would we expect you in Barbados?
I'll be there at the end of the month. I'll be there around the end of the month.
All right.
I always come in for Cropover. Yes.
Right. Okay. So talk to me. I want to get a little bit of background to the Northern Alliance. What is the Northern Alliance, and who comprises the Northern Alliance?
Northern Alliance is a group of Calypsonians who live here in New York and also in Canada. We got together and we put together a song called The Source. I woke up one morning with this idea because, with the violence and stuff that's going on in Barbados, I told the guys we have to put something out there to make people aware of what's going on and try to do something about it. So that's how this song came about. I called Structure, I called Archie Miller, and we put the song together. Structure actually wrote the song. I put the bridge in, and Archie Miller put in a couple lines, and that's how the song came about, The Source.
You went to the song. I just wanted to know who was in the Northern Alliance. So the people who comprise the Northern Alliance are people who we know in the local Calypso arena here in Barbados.
Yes.
Structure himself is one of those people, Mr. Thornhill, who was a perennial at the finals, and we've had other voices as well who've been there. In terms of the production and pulling them together around a song, how difficult or easy is that to do?
Not difficult. Well, I've been in this for a long time. I started out in the background Calypso 10 years ago. And Structure been around a long time. Archie been around, so it wasn't difficult at all. Actually, Structure wrote the song in 20 minutes.
And so getting them together to record it then, the song called The Source, how did you go about doing that?
We called up my buddy Kevin King, and he's the person that put our music together. So he put it together on a matter of 2 days. He put the music together, and that's how it came about.
All right, so people recorded in their individual locations, because I think Structure's in Canada, others are in North America, other areas of North America. And so where you were, you recorded and then it was combined, or did you all come to one space to record?
Structure, he lives in Canada. So he did his part in Canada. And then we went to the studio here at Pat Strong Studios, and we did our recordings there. The other guys who live here in the United States.
And so this is an all Barbadian collaboration?
Yes, it is.
And that's
it is.
And that's important to you?
It is very important because with what's going on down there at the moment is not good. There's violence everywhere. But for a small place like Barbados, the amount of violence that's going on down there is not good at all. And, Barbados is a very beautiful place. And I would like to see it stay beautiful. Instead of, these lot of shootings and killings, it's not good.
Some would say too, it happens everywhere. It's not just Barbados alone, but I'm glad that from where you sit, that you think that you can do something about it by raising its ugly head and raising it in song, indeed. And so you have 2 songs released now by the Northern Alliance, or are there other songs that we can expect from the Northern Alliance?
This is our first effort. This is our first group song together this year. And then we do our songs individually.
So the song, The Source, is the Northern Alliance, and the other one we shared at the beginning, which is Check Yourself, is yours.
That's my song, yes. But on The Source, it's 7 of us singing on that track. It's not only one, it's 7 of us come together and we put all tracks down, and 7 of us singing on that track.
Okay. All right. In terms of marketing, how are you going about that?
It's out there on YouTube. It's available on all the platforms that you can get music. The song is available.
Okay, great. And so coming home at the end of the month to be a part of the finals of Cropover, indeed, to be a part of Kadooment and the like, in terms of all of that. What are you looking forward to most when you land here on the island?
I'm looking forward to hanging out and having a beer, man. Because, when you live in the United States, it's like work, home, isn't it? Well, I get out a lot because I sing with different bands here. So I'm out a lot. But when you come home, there's nothing really to do. So when you get in Barbados, it's fun time.
Yeah, you get to meet with your friends and you have a good time and enjoy the music of the festival. All right. Well, this is brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Orlando. We want to wish you and all of the Northern Alliance all the very best. I know the song is called The Source by the Northern Alliance. Check Yourself by Orlando Hines, with supporting vocals from all of the Northern Alliance, including Romance Murray on the one Check Yourself. And so...
Yeah, she did backup vocals on that song.
Yeah. We want to wish you and the team the absolute best in all that you're doing and your future endeavors as well. Thank you for joining us.
Can I add something before we go? Bajan Day is coming up. It's going to be on Saturday. And I'm inviting everybody who's here and who's coming up here on vacation to come out and celebrate with us on Bajan Day.
Where?
It's on Canarsie Park. And come by stall 32, and you'll get to meet all the Calypsonians there. That's where the guys will be hanging out. And, we have a good time over there.
Canarsie Park, stall 32. What time?
It starts at 11 o'clock, 11 to 7 in the evening.
All right, on Saturday. All right, thanks, Orlando. All the best.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Morning Barbados comes back in just a moment.
Stop the infiltration, stop the importation. Find the source. Who's the source? Hold the source that bringing guns in the land. Love the source. Stop the source. What we want is gun eradication. You could be an aristocrat, you could be a millionaire, family or pedigree, you're not getting spared. Source could be a businessman, renting out the guns. Aim is a solution to stop the gun pollution. Find the source. Who's the source? Hold the source that bringing guns in the land. Love the source. Stop the source. What we want is gun eradication.
Right? You're in the corner over there. Andrew? You're in the corner.
Find them. Find them. Find them. Find them. That bringing guns in the land. Block the source. Stop the source. What we want is gun eradication. The source could be CRA, customs could be involved. The bottom line is to find the cause, get the gun violence solved.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
The Ministry of Youth Sports and Community Empowerment's Bridges television series is back. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. with a repeat on Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. on CBC TV 8. Don't you miss it.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're only 18 minutes to go to 8 o'clock. That's a lot of time to tell you about this upcoming Pan weekend. And boy, are we in for a treat. So the woman with the details is joining me now from the National Cultural Foundation. She is the events planner and of festivals. Her name is Simone Haynes. Simone, good morning to you.
Good morning, person.
You good?
I'm good, thank you.
You are ready and fortified for this coming weekend?
Yes, we are.
I'm going to talk to you in a minute, see how strong what your stamina is like. Next to her is Dwight Callender. He's the musical director of the Barbados legendary Steel Orchestra. That sounds massive.
Yes, it does.
And it is massive, right?
Yes, please.
So we're in for you to represent Barbados well, right?
Definitely.
Because sitting across from you from Trinidad and Tobago, the land of Pan, are the BP Renegades. You have Andrew Charles, who's the musical director of the BP Renegades Steel Orchestra. And with him is the captain, Mr. Cara Johnson. Welcome to Barbados, you panists.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Be gentle with us. You promise? So, Simone, talk to me. What's happening this Pan weekend?
We're going to start off on Friday, the 11th, with the Republic Bank Pan Line.
This Friday?
This Friday, the 11th. We start at 4 p.m. And what's interesting this year is that we have about 16 schools. 16 schools joining us. And within those 16 schools are 3 primary schools. And usually we don't see the primary schools, but we're bringing out St. Martin's Mangrove, St. Bartholomew's, and we're going to bring Hellaby's Turner's Hall as well.
Nice.
Along with that, Harrison's College, Combermere, Allen School,
Christchurch Foundation.
Yes. Of course. We're also going to have 2 churches joining us, St. Leonard's Church, and we're going to have the St. Augustine Heart of Flame.
The Augustines of Heart of Flame, yes. So 16 juniors, basically, will be there. Where will it be on Friday?
We're going to Botanical Gardens, the National Botanical Gardens, what we call the Mangoes Grove.
Okay.
Yes, we're going to that session. Come on in at 4 p.m. We begin with the primary schools, and we go straight down the road with the secondary schools.
That's going to be sweet. Schools are out on Thursday. Schools are finishing on Thursday. So Friday, they're free to really come into the Botanical Gardens, and everyone, parents and guardians included.
Yes.
And this is free, isn't it?
Free event.
Don't want to misspeak. Okay, so it's a free event Friday at 4 o'clock for the Pan Line.
Yes.
Featuring the students of Barbados, secondary and primary schools, and a couple of Steel Pan groups from churches as well.
Yes, please.
So we're starting to beat Pan from Friday.
From Friday.
And then we're leading into
Sunday, the Republic Bank Pandemonium. Joining us, BP Renegades. They're going to be featured this year. And then joining us as well, Dwight Callender. He's leading the, as you said, he's leading the Barbados Legendary Steel Orchestra. And then we're going to have the Barbados National Youth Steel Orchestra, and that would be led by Lori Oro.
Y'all are in for a treat. And so that one's on Sunday, where?
National Botanical Gardens as well.
I'm testing you.
Yes, you were.
National Botanical Gardens. And what time does that start? Pandemonium?
We begin at 2 p.m. With our DJ Salt. We begin with that, and then we go directly into the pan.
I know a part of it is going to be the truck, the mobile pan truck.
Yes.
Talk to me about that.
Well, that's quite a surprise this year.
No.
But on that, on that pan truck, we're going to have the Barbados Community College students on that pan bus, and they're going to be led by Andre Ford.
So I can see that as it winds its way through and goes. I know in past years we would have had the drummers.
Yes.
Are they a part of it as well?
Well, this year we're going to have an Iron Massive, and that will be included with dancers from Dance in Africa. We're going to have Is a Vibe, drum section, and Trumpet Boys. And usually we have it every year, but this year is going to be the largest. So everyone should come down and see
the largest.
The largest.
The largest. That's a marketing point ploy here now.
Yes.
The largest of everything is happening on Sunday for Pandemonium in the Botanical Gardens. That starts around 2 in the afternoon. 2 in the afternoon. And we go to Thy Kingdom Come. When it's done is when the last pan beats is when it be done.
Yes.
Until then you're just going to be partying. So it's because it's a picnic event. Almost, you can come and spread your blankets, bring your chairs, everything else.
Come and spread your blankets. You can bring your food, but we're also going to have vendors down as usual. So if you want to come down and support the vendors, that's something that we encourage as well.
And again, it's free. Those are words we like to hear.
Free,
4 letters we absolutely love. And so the Barbados legendary Steel Orchestra will be performing on Sunday. Tell me about this legendary steel orchestra.
It's a makeup of 4 steel orchestras. You have Euphony Steel, the Pan Ladies, there's Phoenix Steel, and a church group, Calvary Young People's Society. So you come in all together, that's to bring the vibes, massive band. And it has been a good experience with 4 different bands at 4 different levels coming together to just become one.
And how have rehearsals been going?
Our rehearsals have been going pretty good. We have a final one tonight.
Where?
So
we can come and peep. You gotta listen.
We're at RSN College. You could expect a lot of vibes, a lot of energy, and a lot of fun.
Okay, so you have your repertoire already sorted out, your playlist lined up and everything.
Yes, sir.
Sweet. And so you're pulling together some of Barbados' best and from other pan groups as a collective indeed. And so everybody's just prepared to beat the pan and have a really good time on Sunday in the legendary Steel Orchestra. How long have you guys been together now?
This is just a branch out for this Pandemonium. So we had, I want to say, roughly about 6 weeks to prepare.
Okay. That's enough.
Yeah.
BP Renegade will tell you that's enough to get yourselves together, right? BP Renegades, Andrew?
Yes.
That's just enough time.
Yeah.
But you guys are so well renowned, it's not funny.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Pride. It's a lot of, we feel very proud because we put a lot of effort and a lot of hard work into our name and our brand.
Yeah.
So, it means a lot to us. It's not just about, playing pan first. It's about, this brand and this energy and everything that goes with it.
And to be able to translate that to all of your juniors and other people in the band, to get them to buy into that brand, was that difficult?
Usually we have a teaching process, a teaching stage, but, we have a saying where you say if you can't beat them, join them. So eventually we get everybody to fall on board. And, but I mean, it's based on also the environment we provide for them is very comfortable, it's very loving, it's very warm. So, it honestly it's not difficult. It's really not difficult for them.
So there's a lot we can learn from you.
Of course.
Andrew?
Yeah,
take a lot we can learn from here. And Dwight, you ready? You ready for them? Good. Takara, as a captain, what's your role?
So I always have to be the one to motivate the players. I have to be the one to set the example because whatever I do, they are going to follow me. So I need to motivate them because sometimes we are not always in the best of moods. So you have to motivate them to stay consistent, stay persistent, stay dedicated. So my role is basically to be that person that they can depend on for anything that they need. So any problems, then they want to share, happy, everything, they always come to me and then I go up the ladder.
And you make it happen.
Yeah.
But do you play the pan as well?
Of course I do.
So how do you do all of that and play the pan? But you just want to focus on doing your thing.
Well, it's about balance. Life is literally about balance. Nice. So it's just like you're going to school and you have extracurricular activities. So it's like you have to always remember that you are the captain, but you're also a player. So you have to balance it really wisely. So that's just balance.
You guys recently won.
Yeah.
Where was it? Port Fontaine? What is it?
Point Fortin.
That is the word? Is that it?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We won.
Yeah, did you?
Panorama. We won Panorama.
Right.
2021.
And so talk to me a little bit about what that means to be the winners and then traveling to Barbados to continue this journey of winning. Talk to me what that means to you.
Oh, wow.
Where do we start?
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually, like Mr. Andrew mentioned, it's like pride, but also gratitude. Because to be able to win Panorama, that's a whole thing by itself. But then to be able to travel to Barbados is I can't find the word, you know, but it's just literally a dream come true, I'd say, because we weren't really expecting it. So being able to be the champions and then to travel abroad is really a wonderful feeling.
That's wonderful.
I must say.
And just to know that Barbadians know about you, or the Caribbean knows about you.
Right.
What does that mean to you? Because, you know, you could play in Trinidad and just be known by Trinidadians and that's it.
Sure.
But then to be known globally and across the region for sure puts a lot of responsibility on you to do well every time.
Yes. So it's funny you mentioned that. I mean, we actually work really hard towards that. So for instance, this year we celebrate 25 years, our 25th anniversary of our youth orchestra. We have entered Panorama, how many years? 24 years. We have always placed in the top 3. 13 of those years we have won. We have, our band is made up of 2 hat tricks and 1 5-peat. So we have the record for the most consistent wins. So besides the players and the band itself has a title or a record, you know, I'm also working with them, and I also have my own personal record because I'm also the arranger with the most titles and the only record with the most consecutive wins.
Yes.
So there's a nice collaboration we have going together, but we really work hard. We work hard. So I mean, we don't want to say we're not shocked, but we really appreciate and, you know, we really work hard towards, as we like to say, our brand, our face, you know.
But while you're here too, you're playing with some of our little ones, our younger people joining them?
Yes.
Talk to me.
Barbados National Youth Orchestra, Steel Orchestra. We're going to be doing a collaboration with
Have
the
you been
BP
working
Renegades.
already on that? You've met them already?
No, we haven't met the players yet.
When are they meeting?
We're going to do that today.
They're meeting today to rehearse.
Yes, well, BP Renegades arrived yesterday afternoon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Give us a sense of what's your repertoire that you'll be playing.
Well,
Call some names, drop some songs.
We playing our winning Panorama selection from this year, which is invented by Ola Tunji. We have we plan on surprising you all with a couple of your classic hits, you know, which is a kind of actually a learning journey for my youths, because remember, they're not very, very open, but you know, it was very shocking to see the way they reacted to it. They absolutely loved it. It's one of the most high energy songs we have on repertoire. We have some nice Latin, some jazz. We are attempting to give you all a classical piece also. You know, a nice blend of music, right, wrong.
So we can expect that.
Yes.
Some nice grooves at the Botanical Gardens. And so the young people are coming together with BP Renegades, the National Youth Orchestra.
Yes.
And so we'll get to hear them and a whole lot more. Is there anything else that you need for us to be able to help you with to market this?
Well, I also want to express that Republic Bank Steel Orchestra will be there. They'll be starting the show. Right,
they're consistent.
Yes,
they're
they
really
are.
Consistent.
The group has grown, and we are so happy to see them back here again this year. 4 p.m. Want to go on all social media belonging to the NCF Love Crop Over at NCF Barbados on Instagram. The website ncf.bb. All information is there regarding to all PAN events happening this weekend.
This is a PAN weekend, ladies and gentlemen. This is one weekend, absolutely free, where everything PAN happens at the Botanical Gardens on Friday from 4. The juniors will be there, the youngsters will be there from the schools, primary and secondary schools, and a couple church panists as well. But they're looking forward to having you come down and enjoy from 4 all that there is. Food and drinks, of course, on sale. And then on Sunday, we're heading back there as a community, really and truly. And this is one of the largest PAN events in Barbados. People galore turn up for this indeed. We're going to party hearty indeed to the sweet sounds of PAN all day long from around 2 in the afternoon, where we have the BP Renegades award-winning geniuses, 25 years in the business, coming along. They'll be joined by the National Youth Steel Orchestra, but we also have the legendary Steel Orchestra, a combination of some of the best on the island over the years, and they're coming together and they can't wait to please us while they're there. That mobile bus of panists and instrumentalists. Yes, with the Barbados Community College will be moving through and keeping you entertained. Place your blankets on the ground, bring your chairs, relax, recline, get ready to party. And a whole lot more is going to be happening on that day as well. So do not miss it. It's absolutely free. It's a family event, and so we encourage as many of you as possible. Parking, sister. I just realized where we're going.
Well, The usual, we're going to be over by the stadium side.
Okay.
Right? So that is open.
So there's a lot of space there now.
Yeah.
All right. So folks, park at your convenience because there are going to be so many people there to fill that gardens indeed on the weekend. This is going to be good. Again, welcome to Barbados. All the best. Congratulations on your win and your anniversary. And I can't wait to see what you guys are offering as well. All right? Good. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scald is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scald, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Quick reminder before we go, Q in the Community today will be held on the Deacon's Hard Court. Deacon's Hard Court In St. Michael, you know where it is, Deacon St. Michael, so come on down and enjoy Q in the Community today. Starting at 11, we are live on QFM from noon. Well, that's it for today, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We wish you a terrific day. My little crew joins me in saying the same, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow if it be the will of the Lord. Take care. Bye-bye.
Wake up.